Hello, this is a MinMax algorithm on Simacogo. I just started the program. It says please give a number for the opponent's search step. I'm going to do 2. So, player 1, where would you like to move? I'm going to hit 2 again. Why not? And player 2 went on top of my piece. So, I'm going to play through a little bit more. 3, 4. Looks like he's going to start stacking up there. Went on top of me there. So the player will calculate the best move that it can within a depth of 2, which is 4 plies down. So looking at the code and how I did this, Simacogo board, the actual play board itself, structured like this, has an integer 2D array for the playboard, has storage variable for the player score and sorry, both player scores, and the diagonal and adjacent score. So you could change it if you wanted to, but I could have just made this constant. Variable for player turn and a boolean for whether or not it's playing. Some constructor methods or functions: copy constructor, print the score, add the piece, given a team and a column, adds points here to the player score, changes the player turn, hops out. It uses this count point function that's right down here, which basically just checks if there's it's not out of bounds or it's not checking out of bounds. Player move basically just checks if it's player 1 or 2's turn. If it's 2's turn, it calls the MinMax algorithm. If it's player 1's turn, then it asks for a column input and will put a piece there if it can put a piece there. But if it can't, it'll make you put in another. Function is to see if the game is still playing. Function to see if the column still has space in it. Function to output the score at the end, and a helper function to get a proper deep copy of the 9x9 array. Main, pretty simple. While loop, while it's still playing, print the board, print the score, player move prompt. Simple. And in the sim node, I have the value, which gets taken in by the MinMax algorithm. I have the state, which is a playboard, and a list of children, which are the possible playboards that you can get to from any state. Let's see. Just some simple constructors, get methods, and the MinMax algorithm down here. So it comes in 3 parts: the call for MiniMax, the max, the min, and some helper functions. Populate the class, or sorry, the children list, and pair, which actually is the value and the index. So this is for when the values are coming back up the tree, need to be returning a value and the index. So I have that in pair. So let's see. MinMax public int. It'll return an integer, and that's going to be the space that player 2 moves in. So it calls max depth on the current playboard without any index to worry about, because it's the first play state. Populates the children if there aren't any, goes through all the children, finds the maximum, saves the index, saves the current node's value as the maximum, and returns that value and the index. Pair pretty much does the same thing, all that down here, just the minimum value, returns it, Only difference is if the depth is 0 after decrementing down every max call, because as you can see, or sorry, every min call, it calls max with a depth of -1. Once it hits 0, it will return the value, which is current state's player 2 score minus player 1 score, and that actually percolates back up the tree using the pair value. If there isn't space, it returns a value that will never be picked by the max algorithm. So I don't have to worry about the board filling up. It's never going to make that choice. That is about it for the algorithm. Yeah. Once the value gets passed up, the only thing that really uses the index is the very last call, which was the MinMax, and that actually returns the index of temp. Otherwise, it's just not really used. Well, I hope that you enjoy the video. Have a nice day.